center fielder, number 20, Emma Darrow.
Hey, everybody, welcome in as we get the last day of the way under the last
You're getting
day of the week.
You're getting
underway.
off to
that
too.
Might as well.
That too.
If I'm going to start, I'm going to start with a bang. I'm not, the bang could be a fizzle, the bang could be fireworks, but I think in this case it's a fizzle. Big game, and we got two teams that want to play about 3 today.
Yes, we do. We got a couple here that want to play 3, that's for sure. We got one in the next game that only wants to play 1 and go home.
So we'll see. Now you got a very early conversation in the circle. So obviously this is not related to hits or runs or bases loaded. But Coach out to have a conversation with the infield and seem to be focused on those wristbands that have all those different plays.
Probably a little clarification there, I imagine.
And I would assume over the course of a tournament, maybe you are fearful that the other team has picked up some of your signs, and maybe you've devised a new final day wristband.
That's all a possibility as well. Also, you want to make sure that you're going out there and telling your college-age ball players, you want to make sure, because it is 9 o'clock in the morning, that they are on the same wavelength there.
Well, what about beyond college age? I mean, obviously I got started on the wrong foot, so it's early.
Yours and my excuse, well, mine is I'm still waiting for this Yeti cup of coffee to kick in.
I have been basically on the road for about a week and a half now, and I think I've had 1 cup of coffee.
I don't need it. I like it, but I don't need. I can have. Usually when I pour this, you can see this. That's a big thing of. Mm-hmm. It's a big Yeti tumbler, but there are times I might only take 3 sips out of it in the morning when I'm at home.
It's just a comfort. Fouled away by Emma Darrow. Darrow starting it off for Georgia Highlands. Abby Hall, the 2-hitter. Amani Green batting third. Kat Kimball is the 4-hitter. Emily Freeman in the 5 spot. Caden Warren hitting 6th. 7-hitter Abby Yates. Macy Andrews in the 8-hole. 9-hitter Hayden Joyner. Meanwhile, Kaylee McDonald is in the circle. That is into right field and a base hit for Emma Darrow to begin the game for the Chargers. Kayla McDonald in the circle behind the plate is Abby Havard. At first, Faith Southern. Kara Bishop at second for Gordon. Shortstop is Macy Batchelor. And at third, Joni Littlejohn. Left field, Katie Lamons. Center field, Lauren Wiltshire. And the right fielder is Riley Haley. A little high with the offering to Abby Hall with a runner on. Well, did they call the runner at first out? She's now in the dugout. That's Emmy Darrow. And they put it out on the board.
I'm gonna step away and see if I can find out.
Abby Hall to the plate.
All right, I got to answer. The infamous Chad Feltman filled me in on that. The umpire said she left early.
But she didn't steal the base. But apparently you cannot get off the bag
early
until the ball leaves the hands of the pitcher or crosses home plate.
Yep.
All right, so bases cleared and 1 away. Abby Hall with nobody aboard.
Yeah, usually we know what's going on because it's something that's demonstrative that's happened. In this case, it was subtle. It was less than subtle. Like what? It's like a whisper. And what happened?
Well, and I guess the other odd aspect about it as that is sent out of play, I've been calling softball for a long time, and I can't recall ever seeing a runner at first into the dugout, because I would have questioned, well, what happened there?
Well, I mean, you got no argument from first base coach and head coach Tanner Robertson, third base. So,
well, there is a first for everything. You know, this is what I do love about the game of softball, baseball. It may be something extremely tiny, but you're going to see something you've never seen before. As that is right over the head of Little John into left field, Abby Hall on.
Wow, and now look at that. That makes that called out at first. Could even bigger, because you could have runner on first and second with no outs instead of just a runner at first with one out.
But you know what? It does make me feel a little bit better. I'm not the only one with kind of a discombobulated start to the day.
Maybe you need some of my coffee. Or more of your Gold Peak tea over there.
It will be hot tea briefly. The sun is beaming down. I mean, there may be a threat of rain later. I don't know. I haven't really evaluated the forecast, but it sure looks good now.
Yesterday we moved everything up an hour. Hey, there's a reason why I have 9 weather apps on my phone. So throw the highs and lows out, go in the middle, and everybody's still in the Atlanta station. There's a pop-up. Good
and
catch.
A timing catch by Lamont.
Great catch there for out number 2. And everything was still saying this afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock. And now this morning they're still saying scattered thunderstorms this afternoon. But I think the large percentage of it they're saying tonight. But when they say that, they're still saying a 40% chance of rain. So I look at the percent chance of rain, not when they think it's going to come in, because they miss that a whole lot more. So
popped up, foul territory. Then able to go over and get it is first baseman Faith Southern out. Will go Kat Kimbrell.
So that's why we moved it from 10, 1, and 4, potentially 4 the if game, to 9, 12 in the if game. Because, look, this field, we've been out here before. This field gets rain. It doesn't take much, and then we have to quit for the day, and that means another. And tomorrow's forecast looks a whole lot worse. We're talking about a lot of rain tomorrow. So we need to get this in so we're done so they can prepare for district, and that's why we moved it up.
Bottom of the first gets underway. Lauren Wiltshire has started. Macy Batchelor is the 2-hitter. Riley Haley hitting third. Lily Alpo in the 4 spot. Abby Havard is batting 5th. 6-hitter Faith Southern. Kayla McDonald hits 7th. Kara Bishop 8th. Katie Lamons 9th. Grace Kendrick in the circle for Georgia Highlands. Caden Warren behind the plate. At first, Emily Freeman. Second baseman, Abby Yates. At short, Abby Hall. Third baseman, Amani Green. Hayden Joyner is in left. Center fielder Imentaro. And the right fielder is Macy Andrews. 2-0 the count on Wiltshire. Last day of the tournament. Will it be 2? Will it be 3 games? Strike delivered to Lauren Wiltshire.
You know, I wonder if the Gordon State black uniforms are special for them, because with the white helmets, those white helmets sure aren't clean. So you know they're not worn very often.
Maybe. I've always thought of black clothing as warm.
Yes.
And on a sunny day like today, might break a sweat playing the game. I don't think that's going to matter. 3-1 offering on the outside part of the plate. Sent towards second, and the catch will be made by Yates. Wiltshire out number 1, Macy Batchelor coming to the plate.
Now batting for the Highlanders, shortstop, number 1, Macy Batchelor.
Riley Haley moving to the on-deck circle. That is rolled towards third, but foul. And Macy Batchelor coming back to the plate. My Locust Grove iPhone weather app forecast says 69 degrees with a 15% chance of rain at 11.
You know, last night I had 3 apps saying 15-20%. I had 3 saying 45 to 65%. And then I had some right in the middle. You think, and here's the one thing I did learn. I learned from a meteorologist who long time with WSB in Atlanta on the radio. Very knowledgeable. I mean, this guy's expertise. I would listen to him to get the proper forecast, because he would get it more than anybody else. And I asked him one time on social media, I said, is there an app to go to? He said he only uses the apps for the radar. He said the rest of it's useless.
Just brings anxieties.
Yeah, thanks for making my job. I'm trying to get your help to make my job easier, but you made it worse.
0-2 offering to Batchelor. That is in foul as well on the right side.
But, you know, when you're here in Georgia and we're in basketball season, for the most part, 99.5% of the time, we don't even have to question anything. The only thing we would question was if we had potential snow, ice, something like that. But, hey, we know we're going to the gym. We're indoors. We're dry. We're warm. But out here, we just never know.
You're going to have to get these places domed.
I'll second that.
1 ball, couple of strikes to Batchelor.
And we be in climate control. Well, I understand you're going to be in climate control conditions next week.
Talking about an ABAC?
Yes.
Well, that's true. It is going to be inside a press box, air conditioned.
I might just join you for several days.
You are always welcome.
But here's a good thing. We're getting a front coming through, so we're going to be about normal or below normal, just a degree or 2 for this type of year. And listen, there's been times I've been down in Tifton and it has been brutal.
Swampy.
Oh,
humidity.
Hey, you've been down. We've been down to Darton and Albany. You leave those days that we have just sweated nonstop.
Nice backhanded short by Batchelor. I'll make that by Hall. Goes to first and gets Batchelor. 6-3 goes to put out.
Well, last night we saw Abby Hall take one on the cheek.
That's right, and came out of the ball game.
And today she's got on a face guard.
Do not blame her. That cheek's still tender, but apparently no permanent damage. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate to Riley Haley. Bottom of the first. An elimination game. One of these two moves on and one of these two does not. Back to the screen foul. During the regular season, Gordon won 3 out of 4. And then here, came from behind to beat Georgia Highlands earlier in the tournament, 7-6.
But Highlands got in the losers bracket a little earlier than Gordon did. Gordon didn't jump into it until last night's defeat to GMC.
Count runs to 1 and 2 on Haley. Lily Alpo on deck. Emily Freeman, Caden Warren, Abby Yates. When you get to the top of the second. Now, the last couple of days, we've been able to move games up, but you say not doing it today, a noon game.
Well, we moved the whole day up an hour, but those games are staying status quo.
All right, Dave Eller, do we charge that as an error or credit Haley with a hit?
That one we charge an error, in my opinion, which is unofficial as yours.
And then off to second will go Haley. Said, hey, I don't think they're paying attention to me. And we'll trot down to second.
Heads up play by Riley Haley there, so everybody a little bit asleep at the wheel, so to speak, and take advantage of that. But I guarantee you the Lady Chargers will focus in on every little thing now.
As Lily Alpo comes to the plate, asleep at the wheel, an old country band. You did know that, right?
Heard of not asleep at the wheel, but what is it, wheel? I'll get it to you. I've got it.
Asleep at the wheel is they may still be around.
And what was the song they came out with?
They were never hugely successful.
But you remembered who they were.
So I guess that makes them somewhat. I want to think they're still touring. They're going to make me go to I do have a degree in Googleology.
I think most everybody does. I think those are honorary now.
I see. Three balls, no strikes to Alpo. Asleep at the Wheel, American Western Swing Music Group, formed in Paw Paw, West Virginia in 1970. They've won 9 Grammys.
Wow.
Charted more than 21 singles. Highest charting, the letter that Johnny Walker read. And they are still touring to this day. Three and one on Alpo. On the outside part of the plate, Alpo thought she was headed to first. Could be, but not yet. Strike delivered by Kendry. Alpo, a .350 hitter this year. That is into the mid of green, goes to first with the throw. Alpo's out. Haley left on. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catches shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
the second inning for Georgia Highlands. The first base.
Scoreless first. We head to the second. Emily Freeman starting it for the Chargers. Caden Warren, Abby Yates. 2 up in the inning, 2.
Steelers wheel stuck in the middle with you back in the 70s. When you
Now,
hear
is Steelers
STE,
Wheel the name of the group?
Yes, STE.
I remember the song.
Yeah. It's one of those ones you know the song, but you don't know who the artist was.
I thought you might be referencing Wheels in the Sky. Journey.
Steelers Wheels was before Journey. That was Steelers Wheels, I think, was mid-70s.
Well, Journey's was
early to
mid-70s.
mid-70s.
Yeah.
Now
Probably
now you're going to
early.
make me look up what year that was. Get my Googleology degree. No, I got a duck-duckology. How about that? I want my searches to be private. I don't want them checking everything I do. Not that Big Brother doesn't know everything that I do anyway.
That's right. And most of what I do, they don't care, so no problem with me.
Well, I'm the same way, too.
1-2 the count on Freeman.
I went through TSA last week, first time in a couple of years, traveling for work. And I said, I'm not in trouble. After she said, not yet. I said, well, the day's early.
That's right. Count even at 2 on Freeman. Caden Warren to the on-deck circle. Is it difficult for a softball team, young athletes, to get acclimated to a 9 a.m. start, or it's just another start time?
Shouldn't they played travel ball for years? They get out there at 8 in the morning and play all day. So no, it shouldn't be. But then on the flip side of that, you can make an argument. Well, we don't play our games now in college till the afternoon. But that's going to be down for a base hit.
Third one of the game for the Chargers.
But we all know postseason is different because, here we're playing a tournament, which is different than a single game or doubleheader. When they go out to nationals, the times are different. So, if you're stuck in only being able to play in one certain time or condition.
Well, if you're playing a 9 a.m. game in Yuma, Arizona.
No, that's not bad because it'd be 12 o'clock.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just
It would be if you did a 9 a.m. game in Georgia and you were from Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah, if you were playing at Chocolaca over in Oxford.
Yep.
Yeah, and you were from Arizona, then that might be a little tougher. You remember it always took us a little while, about 4 or 5 days to get acclimated out at Grand Junction, the World Series.
Popped up left side over into foul territory to make the catch is Katie Lamont.
And then just when we'd get acclimated to the time change, we're coming back east, and then we're messed up for another 5 days.
And that's the benefit for me personally, to stay in a messed up state of mind just pretty much all the time. So there's consistency.
Well, but, most of the time you're in the central time zone for the most part, except for when you come over and do us. But that 1 hour is not that bad.
No. Bunt and foul by Abby Yates.
The 2 hour time change puts you on the borderline of messed up. Three hours just totally. You've got to have a number of days to get switched over. I try not to. I try to keep my watch the same, everything else, because if there's a 3 hour change, hey, I'm not calling my wife at 11 o'clock that time when it's 2 o'clock. She probably wouldn't answer or hang up on me if you lost your mind.
Little John to second for 1. Throw is wide at first for 2. But the lead runner is out on the 5-4. Two gone with Yates on. Macy Andrews to the plate.
Now to play for Georgia Highlands, right fielder number 18.
When based on how many home runs we've had in this tournament, I know we're only in the second inning, but I'm almost thinking, man, it's been a while since we've had a round tripper. We've had so many. Yeah. Here's one of them that's smacked it out of the park, Macy Andrews. Andrews, a .258 hitter on the year. 66 trips to the plate. 17 hits, 15 RBIs. We'll float that one over towards the dugout, and able to get to it is Little John. Out will go Andrews, and left on is Yates.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Everybody's been out.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning, for Gordon State, the catcher, number 16, Abby Havard.
Bottom of the second, Abby Havard leads it off. Faith Southern, Kaylee McDonald, due up in the inning as well. Another base hit, 3 in the ball game now for Georgia Highlands, but we are still scoreless in the bottom part of inning number 2. Grace Hendrick, make that Kendrick pitching as you got a 5-3 put out of Havard. 21 appearances, 72 2/3 innings. A save to her credit, a 3.08 ERA. Couple of home runs given up, 20 walks, 30 strikeouts. One away, Faith Southern to the plate. Kayla McDonald to the on-deck circle. This time an opportunity for Hall to make the play, and does. Two quick outs. Kayla McDonald is next. McDonald, a 385 hitter. 4 RBIs on the year. 2 gone, nobody aboard, bottom of the second. Won a ball game last night that got Georgia Highlands here, and 2, a tip of the hat to East Georgia State. Man, they put up a heck of a fight.
They did. I mean, they jumped out. I mean, they just jumped on Georgia Highlands, and I think Georgia Highlands probably was a little lackadaisical after winning the earlier game by 18-1.
That's out of the park. We wondered when it would happen. It happens in the bottom of the second. McDonald with a solo home run. As I mentioned, it has happened with such great frequency. You knew it had to be coming. And McDonald slaps it out of the park. Give her a happy meal. It's a 1-zip advantage.
And they put the cape on her and let her slammed the Celtic sword into the ground.
Is that what they do for?
That's what they just did. You missed it?
Yes, I did. Man, I'm writing stuff down.
Well, you can say I'm looking through one of the columns on the portico. I can't see the back. That's why I'm leaning forward, and then I do that. Well, I'm blocking Roberts, so.
It is a little different view from over first base versus over home plate.
But we've been here before, and like I said,
Yep.
I think it was we had the high back chairs, the bar top chairs, which sit higher.
It's kind of a give or take. These are much more comfortable.
True, they are. Those metal ones. Now, if those metal ones had cushions, they'd be the ticket. But
Does remind you, in a way, of Darton. Of course, where Darton was concerned.
that's the only way it reminds you of Darton.
Well, it was on the third base side.
Yes. No, it was on the first base side.
You're right.
Well,
You're right.
first
It
base
was.
side.
You are right.
Yeah, but we both brought our fans. And we were if we didn't have the fans, we would have been taken over by gnats.
Well, too, they didn't have netting in front of the dugout. Or
True.
not the dugout, but in front of the press box. So if you had a foul shot come up into center field, Bishop, it could get into that press box and rattle around quickly.
We had to be on our P's and Q's when we were up there.
And I'm typically not on either my P or Q. A runner on for Katie Lamont.
Well, it took one that came in there. I think it woke both of us up one time because it came right through and then rattled off the back of the press box and back in. It looked like a pinball machine going around there, and we were the bumpers.
Got a runner aboard. McDonald in. Lamont to the plate. Bunting it, dropping it. Green touching it. Everybody's safe. Might have gone foul, but Green touched it before it did.
Yeah, I think the spin that ball had off the bat there, I think it would have gone foul to let it go. And hindsight, yeah, let's take the chance. Worse off than you were right now with what you've got.
Back to the top of the order, Lauren Wiltshire coming to the plate. And a meeting in the circle with Tanner Robertson. A Wallace State Hansville product. Then went on to play in Americas.
Georgia Southwestern, where AD Nikki Levering, now at Georgia Highlands as AD, was the softball coach down there.
Tanner Robertson is 27 years old.
She looks like she's in high school, doesn't she?
Looks like one of the players.
Yeah, no, she's young looking, and that's a compliment. And that's one of those things you realize, man, I'm old.
Well, how you realize you're old is when she came up earlier and said you were on the call when I hit a walk-off at Wallace Hansville. Oh, man.
That's right. She did tell you that, didn't she?
Lauren Wiltshire lined out to second.
Oh,
wow, that was a spectacular catch in center
cow.
field.
That ball was hit on a rope, and Emma Darrow made a fantastic dive. That saved 2 runs right there.
We will head to the third in a 1-zip game.
Leading off the top of the third inning for Georgia Highlands, left fielder number 4, Hayden Joyner.
Top of the third, bottom of the order. Hayden Joyner will start it off. 1-run plates in the bottom part of the second, but more could have, except Imandaro. What a spectacular catch. Man, we've seen big hits, big catches, great defensive play, just some super games. Do we know what's going on in Region 10, by the way?
No, we don't. Last I checked, I don't.
That'll be a base hit into left. Hayden Joyner on. Well, there's one thing there is absolutely no doubt about, and that is the Chargers can hit the ball.
Yes, they can. And I hadn't got an update from Region 10 commissioners, so I'm sure they're still going because we do a very good job of letting each other know what's going on. So I've already got something ready to go to him.
Are they playing this week as well?
Yes.
And the meeting between the champion here and the champion there is when?
The 7th and 8th next week. So Wednesday, Thursday. Because we have to have district completed by the Sunday. And, you know, I've had coaches, well, why don't we move that back to Friday, like this one? Why don't we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the next one Friday, Saturday? Well, here's the thing. If you get 3 days of rain, you get something stuck in one area, you're past the deadline, and Mama at the national office is not happy.
Now, what if that does happen? What's the contingency? I mean, if the weather is such.
20-something years, I think I've only remember maybe 1 or 2 times that didn't do the deadline, and that was by poor decisions by region directors at that time. And the national office, like I said, was not happy. So I don't ever put myself in that situation. You know, you give yourself leeway because you know it's an outside event. You know weather could be a factor. So don't back it up to where your championship is set for the last day because you got factor of the weather that you cannot control.
So what did they do in that situation?
I was trying to remember what happened back then. I don't know. I don't remember what they did then.
Imandaro with a single, left early and was called out. That's a base hit into center field. And you got back-to-back hits and a couple of runners on for the Chargers.
See, when someone else goes to the principal's office and it's not you.
You don't remember what happened to them.
No, I don't care. Hey, it's not me. Good luck. Hey, we'll see you maybe next time.
Back-to-back base hits, and that's going to do it for Caleb McDonald.
And speaking of the principal's office, we did have a gentleman from Strong Rock just come, and he just wanted to make sure we put our tables, which he did. We've been putting these up every night. Mm-hmm. They're having AP testing inside Monday morning, and he didn't want to have to come back over the weekend just to put 2 tables in there, which I can't blame him.
Not at all, and we'll certainly comply. We appreciate how hospitable
yes.
Strong Rock has been.
And we'll leave it cleaner than when we got here.
New pitcher after this.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Ow. He called, home plate umpire called foul ball, but it caught her right in the
I think he thought it got the nub of the bat. But here's the hats off to the umpires. He said, hey, let me go talk to the other guy. And find out they had different views, and it was a hit batsman, and down to first goes Abby Hall.
Well, they got the call correct. She didn't lean into it. I think that's what Allie Hatterman's saying. She leaned into it. She turned. And you're not obligated to get out of the way. You just can't lean into the pitch.
So the base is loaded, nobody gone, and Amani Green coming to the plate.
Now batting for the Chargers, third baseman number 3, Amani Green.
Kat Kimball to the on-deck circle. On the inside part of the plate to Green.
Highlanders got themselves in a potential hole right now. We're sitting with bases loaded, no outs, and who's up? Amani Green.
13 RBIs in the tournament. A freshman, by the way. A lot of freshmen on this Highlands squad.
Boy, if she retains the core of them and adds another pitcher or two, they're going to be good next year.
On the inside part of the plate.
They're good this year, number 3 seed. You know, here's what we're in the tournament. We're down to championship day, and we've got the 1, 2, and 3 seed in. So we're where we should be.
1-2 pitch. Struck out is Green.
Boy, that was huge right there to get the first out there for the Highlanders. But here's the situation. You get a big stick like Amani Green out, you can't let down, because we've seen so many times they get that big stick out, and then there's just a little relaxation, and then the next batter up takes care of business.
Kat Kimball with a fly out to first. And she'll drive this one into left center. It goes all the way to the fence. Joiner's in, Darrow's in. Hall holds at third. Kimball with a double that drives in 2.
Sure is nice when players on the field validate what you said just right before it happens.
Emily Freeman next. Freeman with a single in the second, back to the plate in the third. 6 Charger hits now in the game.
One thing I've noticed over the course of this tournament, this Tanner Robinson being her first year as a head coach, she's conservative in her base running. There's several situations where she could have tried to have that runner try to score, and she stopped. She hadn't taken herself out of innings and potential runs.
Riley Haley, the new pitcher. Kayla McDonald working 1 inning. Face 10. As that is sent out of play by Freeman. Giving up a total of 5 base hits. No strikeouts and no walks. Picked up at short by Batchelor, goes over to first, and that's not going to be in time.
I thought she was still on the bag.
Well, let's take a look and see if we can tell from this angle. Oh, it is difficult to see. I mean, did the foot come off the bag after she made the catch, or there's the fielding, there's the foot on bag. Difficult to know. Catch made at second by Kara Bishop. And out will go Caden Warren. Abby Yates next. Yates ground into a 5-4.
Now batting for Georgia Highlands, second baseman.
Macy Andrews moving to the on-deck circle. That is floated again right over the head of Little John. And the base is loaded for Georgia Highlands. Ninth hitter in the inning coming to the plate, Macy Andrews.
Now batting for the Chargers, right fielder Macy Andrews.
Andrews with a fly out to third. That came in the second inning. It has been a 1, 2, 3, 4-hit inning for Georgia Highlands. Popped up on the infield. Little John at third with the catch. And out will go Andrews. A 2-run lead for the visitors as we head to the home half of the third.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Ton of sports coming up this summer, and again, the first of the games with the Showcase Series. The new venue.
That's gone.
All the way to the fence. Leadoff solo home run from AC Bachelor. And just like that, one chipped off the lead. It is a 3-2 game. Well, again, when these two teams played, 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
It was a Georgia Highlands 6-2 lead going into the top of the sixth, or bottom of the sixth, actually. And Gordon scores about 3, makes it a 1-run game. Then had to do, 2 runs in the seventh, and they did just that.
The old walk-off in the bottom of the seventh with 2 runs. See, you made a trip to Walmart and got you some more scorebooks.
I did.
You got enough for next week?
I do.
Good.
I took all of them, all they had. But that was only 4.
Oh, they only had 4?
Yeah, they only had 4.
You can stop at another Walmart and get 4, and another Walmart and get 4.
I got 10 originally. I guess they've already all been used.
Do I need to log on to Amazon and order you some?
You might need to. Some would tell me, well, you need to get with the modern times. Technology, do the game changer, and don't worry about the scorebook.
But they have no idea what you do behind the scenes. Yeah, if you could do that on top of what you do, dude, you'd get the Golden Announcer Cup every year.
Oh.
Or we could bring James here and let him handle the behind-the-scenes stuff. And I hadn't seen James. You need to tell him I said hello. I haven't seen him, I don't think, since Grand Junction College World Series.
I will tell him. As a matter of fact, he is working Gulf South Conference baseball this week.
So he's doing just more strictly production.
He does the bigger productions, the multi-man stuff.
Yeah.
Popped up around home plate. Haley with a fly out. One out with Lily Alpo next.
Now batting for the Highlanders, designated player Lily Alpo.
Was it down?
He's doing a little mic rearranging for Dave. We want to hear you, Dave.
No, we don't.
The crowd does.
No, they don't. The last time I saw James, they messed up my car at Grand Junction for the World Series. They gave me a van. I walked back in. I said, I don't need a 15-passenger van. So they gave me a Mustang convertible.
Pretty good swap.
And toward the end of the week, I took James out to Colorado Monument. And I got a picture of him. I need to send it to you. I still got it. James is in the passenger seat. I'm driving. I got the park ranger to take a picture. It's like driving Mr. Daisy.
I think I do need that because I need to send it to him.
And took him all through Colorado Monument. And we were stopping, taking pictures, and he was sending pictures back to his family in Mississippi. And that trip right there made me feel good because I had a good time with James. He got to see something that he'd never seen before. And Colorado Monument, if you've never seen it, it's spectacular. It's like a mini Grand Canyon out there.
Wow. Lily Alpo pitched a little bit high. 3-1 the count. Abby Havar into the on-deck circle. Georgia Highlands will begin their fourth inning in the same spot they began their third. Abby Yates. Down to first goes Alpo.
Had the first batter of every half inning on board, I believe.
Let's look and see.
Now batting for Gordon State.
Lead off for Georgia Highlands in the first, second, and third on. Gordon. I don't want to dispute you, Dave. I do not want to show you up.
But I'm wrong. Okay. How many did I miss? One of six?
Two.
Two?
Yeah.
4 of 6?
Gordon did not get their lead off on in the first or second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Should I have just not researched it?
No.
1-0 pitch to Havard. On the inside part of the plate.
Well, hey, we had all the other stuff right the first 2 days on innings and all these trends. So I missed a trend there. It was close.
Yeah, no big deal. Couple of strikes to Abby Havard. Havard crowned into a 5-3 in the second. Going back to the fact that there is a team that you're not sure. You think they're going to be back, may not be. But if you reduce the number of teams next year to 5, do you still have the same number of conference games? 4.
I'm sure they're looking at changing. I talked with Coach Hatterman last week, the chair, and that's, my thought was, why don't y'all go to a single midweek game? And you've got 6 teams. Let's say you have 6 still. And because they're having trouble getting a midweek non-conference game. So you just add a midweek game. You'll have 3 homes and 3 aways, and then the next year you'll flip-flop it. Throw back to first, she's back in there. So you add an extra 5 games to your season, and you keep it in-state, travel-wise, those type things. So that's what they're going to discuss over the summer, and then when our August meeting, probably come up with that, I think.
That is ground to short, picked up by Hall, goes to first. Alpo to second, 2 away.
baseball went from last year, 5-game series. They went to 7 this year.
That is seeing one another often.
Yes, quite often.
Now batting for Golden State, the first baseman, Faith Southern.
But the tournament has everybody involved?
Monday we have a play-in date with the 4 and 5 seed. So a single elimination right there, and the winner of that game starting Tuesday then will be a double elimination with 4 teams. So we'll play 2 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, and then probably 2 on Thursday.
9-inning games?
9-inning games, unless we have a run rule.
10 after 5, 8 after 7?
Yes, sir. You were on top of that.
Hall dives, tries to get there, winds up in left field. Taking the turn and coming home is Alpo, and with the opportunity to go to second, Southern. And you got a ball game now that's knotted up at 3. Big Faith Southern single. As I mentioned yesterday, there's one team that would be perfectly content with these two playing 10 or 15 innings, and that's Georgia Military. They await the winner. Dropped into center field, base hit. Throw coming to the plate, and McDonald will go to second.
I've seen so much this tournament before that runners get extra bases because softball, for whatever reason, they don't want to utilize a cutoff person.
Well, I guess since home plate is so much closer, they feel like they can reach home plate.
I understand that logic, but you get that throw in there, and if you don't have a chance to get the runner at home, in actuality, you've just given a single into a double.
Yep, and that's what happened to McDonald. Kara Bishop next. A couple of base runners on. Katie Lamons to the on-deck circle.
Two-out hit would be huge right here for the Highlanders.
Three in the third. Kara Bishop with a go-ahead run at third. Georgia Highlands in the fourth with Yates, Andrews, and Joyner. That is the bottom third of the order. Georgia Highlands 7 hits in the game, Gordon 6. Low in the offering, walk given to Bishop, bases full of Highlanders. Bottom of the order, Kaylee Lamons coming to the plate, and I think we are going to get a pitching change. The new pitcher and the Kendrick numbers when we return to Strong Rock.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final.
A championship t-shirt that fills the
East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Who has the book over here?
Balls. Oh, the book. Patty's got it right here.
Yes, please.
Hey, we don't put that at the top. Let's go.
Now pitching for Georgia Highlands, number 4, Hayden Joyner. Now batting for Gordon State, left fielder Katie London.
Hayden Joyner, the new pitcher. The bases are loaded as Joyner comes in from left to take over the circle and face the 9-hitter Katie Lamons. And your new left fielder is Faith Gauchier. So Gauchier is in left, outside with the pitch. Grace Kendrick worked 2 2/3, faced 17. No strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 hits. Thus far, 3 runs, but the bases are loaded. Into the strike zone to Lamons. One ball, couple of strikes. Lamons with a single in the second. Low and away with a pitch and a count now. It goes even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That is a base hit into right field, and the score is Southern. And the Highlanders have reclaimed the lead. Lamons with an RBI single. And we're back to the top of the order with Lauren Wiltshire to the plate. Very similar innings in that the top part of the inning saw 3 runs, 9 go to the plate, and the bases left loaded. This is the 9th hitter in the 3rd inning for Gordon, and they've scored 3 runs and have loaded it up. Wiltshire 0 for 2. Lined out the second in the first, popped out to center in the second. Hayden Joyner's pitch. And it's 1-2 on Wiltshire.
Wiltshire did go yard yesterday on a bat. I think it was a leadoff home run.
Yep.
Solo shot by her. So she's got the power.
Just a little bit outside. Wiltshire, a .331 hitter with 31 RBIs.
Everyone will be moving with this pitch. 3-2.
walking out or a hit. Or I guess you could toss a hit batsman potentially into the mix. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first, and Wilcher officially in out. So those very similar innings.
She had to do a step on home plate.
But she didn't.
I know. I was thinking, am I overcomplicating
Well,
this by throwing it first?
I think you probably have this in their mind. Here's what I do, and it's hard to get out of that routine.
Yep.
Very similar innings, and all in all, it just puts us right back where we were with Gordon on top by 1.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
One pitch into the top of the 4th, a fly out to left field by Abby Yates. I think that by Hayden Joyner. That is Hayden Joyner with a fly out. Ah, there I see where my
Boo-boo.
Yeah, that's right. Boo-boo was in my scorebook. I had 2 third outs, and I looked at the first of the third outs to find our leadoff hitter when it was the second of the third outs. One out, top of the order, Imantaro to the plate. Taro 2 for 2. Of course, my strange brain thinks of things totally unrelated, in this particular case to softball. Where did Boo Boo come from?
Is that a parental thing?
I mean, I'm just, kind of curious how Boo Boo ever got to be the moniker for a mistake. A Boo Boo. One and 2 the count on Taro. Abby Hall to the on-deck circle.
Obviously, somebody else has Googled this because it comes right, it pops. I don't even have to finish typing it.
3 and 2.
But I do have to put my reading glasses on in order to read it.
Macy Batchelor, Riley Haley, Lily Alpo in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, it actually auto-corrected me and said bootleg.
Big difference.
Yes, just slightly.
Wow, off of the mid of Haley finds its way into center field. That'll be a 1-out single for Imantaro. Abby Hall with a single, got hit by a pitch, has scored a run as well. Amani Green moving to the on-deck circle. Top of the 4th. 1 hour, 11 minutes into this one. Nothing in 1 on Abby Hall. Hall with a single in the first, hit by the pitch, and scored the run in the third. Amani Green moving to the on-deck circle. Popped up, foul territory. Chase Gibbon. Button drops foul. Amon's trying to get there but could not. Quick reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Trying to get to 7,000 subscribers, and we need about, 650 more or 550 more, something like that. Base hit into left field on his Hall. And a couple of runners aboard for Amani Green. Hit number 9 in the game for the Chargers. And Coach Hatterman into the circle to have a conversation with Riley Haley. Haley came into the game an inning ago after McDonald wrapped up her stint.
Merriam-Webster and Oxford English go back boo-boo back to 1932. A blunder, a mistake, possibly shortened from the word boob.
Okay. 1932, that's really not that far back. I think it's less than 100 years.
And it became basically slang. Etymology of it, or the origin of it. If you don't know what entomology is, entomology is the study of bugs. But this is etymology, E-T-Y-M-O-L-O-G-Y. So that's sort of the history of the origin of it.
Well, we appreciate so much learning how boo-boo became boo-boo. I figured it was a mom talking to a little child.
And it's also talk to a child is making a mistake or getting hurt. Got boo-boo. So, and we get like this sometimes, folks. If you're just watching us, we've been doing this for years, and once we get this long in the tournament, you can only say and talk about so much.
Foul back by Green.
And we digress very easily at our age.
They're rabbit trails that we...
Rabbit holes?
Or kind of like, the shiny object. Or where my wife's Pekingese is concerned, squirrel. We just, a lot of squirrels that we'll chase. Popped up over on the first base side. The catch will be made by Faith Southern. Two outs for Kat Kimball. Kimball with a fly out to first and a double. The double drove in two.
Gordon has done an excellent job the past two at-bats of Amani Green is stifling her. She's had opportunities, had the bases loaded previous at-bat, and then had runner on first and second this time, and wasn't able to take advantage of it. Good pitching by the Highlanders.
And it's hit towards right field. Drops inside the chalk by Kimball. That's got Darrow in. The third goes Hall. We're tied at 4.
But this is the second time the batter after Amani Green has gotten a base hit. I think the previous bat it was a double and scored 2 or 3 runs in the top of the third.
And Kimball now with 3 RBIs. Looking back to yesterday's game, Amani Green had a couple of walks, but otherwise went 0 for 3 against East Georgia State.
She had a good day 1.
She had a good first inning in what game was that? About game 3. Five RBI inning. But 0 for 3 yesterday, 0 for 3 today for Amani Green. Two gone with 2 on. Emily Freeman to the plate. She will send that one foul. 1-2 offering to Freeman. She singled and reached on an error. Got a couple of base runners on in a 4-4 game in the fourth. It was a 3-3 game in the third. 4-4 here in the fourth. Off the screen foul. Here is the 2-2 offering. It is too high, and the count runs to 3-2. Major League Baseball today, nothing during the day. It all starts tonight. First game at 6:10, Reds and Nationals. That will find its way into left field, and the lead flip-flops back over to the Chargers.
2-out single there, plates the run for the Chargers. Call her out of the box.
Another moment in which we're like, okay,
Yep.
what happened?
Either out of the box or she stepped on the plate.
Well, I'm going back to the replay and trying to pick up from center field.
That's what he's saying.
So I'm assuming we are scratching a run off the board then. It is not a 5-4 game.
It would still be a 4-4 ball game because at that point the batter is out, so the run doesn't score.
Well, let me slow it down just a tad more.
And that's the thing when you get to this point, there's not much of a line left. And sometimes, well, here's the thing. At this point in time, you can't even see the plate, so they should be dusting the plate off.
Well, and
But the front box area, I mean, you've got to, at this point now, what he should do, he should just, draw a line across, and now that'll disappear too, but if there's ever any doubt.
Well, when you go back, though, and look at the replay, it really doesn't look like she's got an enormous stride towards the pitcher, just kind of an average. Yeah, I guess maybe.
But what you can't see right there is from that angle is how far up she is in the box.
True.
She could have already been that front foot basically on where the line was, and such a slight step would get you out of the box.
But we have, though 5-4 is listed on the scoreboard here, we think that should be a 4-4 game. The run by Abby Hall would not count on what would be an Emily Freeman RBI single. Instead, she was out at the plate. So we've got to scratch the Hall run.
Yep, let me go get that corrected up there in the box.
So Dave Helder tending to one of his many tasks. And it is a 4-4 game as we get ready to head to the bottom part of the fourth. Leading it off is the same lady that led off the third, Macy Batchelor. Four ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Macy Batchelor, Riley Haley, and Lily Alpo. 2 up in the inning. Three pitches missing from Joyner. On the outside part of the plate. Last elimination game before the championship. One of these two teams taking on Georgia Military with the hopes of playing two against the Bulldogs. That'll find its way into center field. And on to begin the fourth is Bachelor. Riley Haley coming to the plate. Haley reached on an error and popped out behind the plate. 0 for 2 in the game. Lily Alpo moving to the on-deck circle. Trying to bunt the runner over. Count goes to 0-1. I mentioned no Major League Baseball until tonight. No NBA until 9 o'clock tonight. Rockets and Warriors. Last night, the Knicks won their series against the Pistons, 116-113. And the Clippers tied it up at 3 apiece with a 111-105 win over the Nuggets. Out goes Haley for out number 1. One out for Lily Alpo. Abby Havard moving to the on-deck circle. Fifth inning for Georgia Highlands starts with 6-hitter Caden Warren. Abby Yates and Macy Andrews due up in the inning too. And in about 45 minutes, softball gets underway in Alabama. Slow roller towards Hall and short, goes to first. Alpo's out number 2. And in Alabama, the D2 ACCC softball, I believe it is Wallace Dothan and MMI, Bevel State, and Enterprise State in the 10 a.m. games. 12:30 Central Alabama and Bishop State, and the other 12:30 game is the winners of the two 10 a.m. games. And there in Alabama, their original field of 6 by the end of today becomes 3. 0-1 on Havard. And it's 0-2. Havard is ground out on the infield twice to third and short. Faith Southern to the on-deck circle. Base hit into left field. Will it bring in Bachelor? Puts on the brakes at third, but again the throw to the plate gives Havard the chance to go to second. Two on for Faith Southern. Southern is ground out to short and single. Driven in a run, scored a run as well. Kayla McDonald to the on-deck circle. Gordon trying to get that run in from third to take the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Couple of strikes on Southern. She ground into a 6-3 to become the second out in the second inning. Had a 2-out RBI single in the third. Caden Warren, Abby Yates, Macy Andrews in the fifth inning for Georgia Highlands. Hayden Joiners 0-2 offering. Just a little bit outside. Count runs to 1 ball and a couple of strikes. Also coming up this weekend, baseball in Bay Minette. Gadsden State and Coastal Alabama South. A little bit inside, run the count even in 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. Well, that nearly took out again coaches of both teams. Tanner Robertson sitting on a bucket watching the game, and Allie Hatterman coaching at third. And you keep your deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2 teams with 4 each. High pitch, count full. Just outside, and the patient Faith Southern will draw the walk to load it up. Kaylee McDonald, the bookends of the cycle, the home run and the single. Coming to the plate with the bases full and 2 gone. Kara Bishop on deck. On the inside part of the plate with the offering. Southern in first, Hammond in second. Batchelor, the base runner, in third. Even count at 1. McDonald homered in the second, singled in the third. Back to the plate in the fourth. Count runs to 2 and 1. It's a high fly ball in the direction of the wall, left center field, grand slam. Kaylee McDonald. Not over 1, but over 2 fences. And Gordon, a 4-run lead on 1 swing of the bat. Two home runs, 5 RBIs for Kaylee McDonald. And if stats were accurate, sometimes I question their accuracy. McDonald only a handful of RBIs coming into the tournament. But a big 2-out grand slam in the fourth. And Kara Bishop to the plate with the bases cleared. Bishop has singled and walked. Katie Lamons to the on-deck circle. Popped up, foul territory. It will get on top of the roof. And out of play. Gordon sent 9 to the plate in the third. This is the 7th to come to the plate in the fourth. Popped up. Center field and in to make the catch is Imataro. 3 are gone. The bases are cleared, but they were cleared by Kayla McDonald. The grand slam puts Gordon out in front by 4.
Of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning for Georgia Highlands, catcher Caden Warren.
Top of the 5th gets underway. Caden Warren starts at Abby Yates and Macy Andrews due up in the inning 2. Kaylee McDonald, a 2-out grand slam. It was 4-4. It is now 8-4. Gordon on top, but both of these teams over the course of the tournament have faced adversity. Georgia Highlands has been down by 4 or more. As a matter of fact, in yesterday's game against East Georgia State, fell behind 6-0. But came back to win it late. Gordon has been down to this Georgia Highlands squad already in the tournament and came back. Base hit into left field for Warren. And a runner on for Abby Yates. Macy Andrews to the on-deck circle. So it is safe to say anything could happen over the course of the next 3. Abby Yates is ground out and single. 1 for 2 in the game. Macy Andrews to the on-deck circle. Bottom of the order in the bottom of the 5th for Gordon. 3 pitches missing. Strike delivered on the inside part of the plate. And the count goes to 3-1. Yates ground into the 5-4 in the second. Singled in the third. Punt laid down, but sent foul and out of play. Count runs full, 3-2. Nobody out, top of the fifth. Georgia Highlands trying to respond to the 4 runs that plated in the bottom of the fourth. That will get out of play from Abby Yates. 1 hour 38 into this one. Our longest game was last night's Georgia Highlands East Georgia State contest. There's a walk given to Yates. Couple of runners aboard for Macy Andrews. And that one went right at 3 hours.
Now batting for the Chargers, Macy Andrews.
So this one half of what that game was, at least thus far. With an hour 39 showing on our ticking clock. Hit the second over to make the catch is Bishop. Andrews the fly out and Hayden Joyner to the plate. Top of the order moves to the on-deck circle. 2 on, 1 away. We are in the top of the fifth. Kenny Lamont will begin the bottom of the inning. That will be sent out of play by Joyner, who's 1 for 2 in the game. Single in the third, popped out to left field in the fourth. High with the offering to Joyner, a .315 hitter on a .355 hitting Georgia Highlands squad. 5 400 hitters on the team. Darrow at .475, Freeman at .452, Barker at .438, Graydon .433, and Green .406. One and 2 on Joyner. Pops that one up on the infield at second. Bishop with the catch. Back to the top of the order with 2 away.
Now batting for Georgia Highlands, center fielder Emma Darrow.
Emma Darrow's been perfect. Singles in the first, third, and fourth. And has scored a couple of runs as well. 3 for 3. So no wonder she is hitting .475. Number 2 on the team in plate appearances. The only Charger with more is Amani Green. Green has been to the plate 133 times. McDonald's pitch. McDonald, by the way, back into the ball game after Riley Haley came in relief. And then Haley leaves and McDonald gets her job back. Two-one pitch, popped up. It is out of play.
Could I have your attention, please? There's a black Volkswagen tag DCN 3545 that needs to be moved off the grass. Thank you.
Top of the fifth, 2 gone, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Darrow drives it right at Bishop. Catches it on the shoelaces. And Bishop handled all 3 outs in the top of the fifth. Able to beat it out at first is Lamons.
Now batting for Golden State, center fielder Lauren Wilson.
Going back to the replay just to see if I missed anything, and no. Fielded cleanly, throw quickly over, but not in time, just beating it out. Here's Lamons. And we go back to the top of the order. Lauren Wiltshire to the plate. Wiltshire 0 for 3 in the game. Line out to second, flew out to center, struck out. Macy Batchelor to the on-deck circle. Ground a second. There's the 4-6. Won't get the 3, but 2 get the lead runner. As Yates is able to get it to Hall. So Wiltshire grounding into the put-out that takes Lamond off the base path. One away and Macy Batchelor to the plate. Almost to the line out by Batchelor, and Yates quickly over to first, but able to get back as Wiltshire 2 outs for Riley Haley. Immediately running and in safely with the stolen bases, Wiltshire. Well, Wiltshire's got such speed. I have a sneaky suspicion she has got a ton of stolen bases on the year. How about 42 coming into the tournament? And that has got to be among the team leaders in the conference. And it is, number 1. As a matter of fact, in this game, you've got 4 of the top 5 base stealers. That is hit well towards left field. It's long, as hit out of the park. Riley Haley with a 2-run shot. Six-run Gordon lead. And every run since the game was tied at 4 has been produced on a homer. In the 4th, the grand slam by Kaylee McDonald. Here in the 5th, the 2-run Riley Haley shot. And I think that is going to be it for Joyner. Got a new pitcher coming in for Georgia Highlands.
She's frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Now pitching for Georgia Highlands, number 25, Hannah Mounts. Could I have your attention, please? If you are driving a black Volkswagen tag BCM 3545, we need you to move it off the grass immediately. Thank you. Softball fans, hamburgers and hot dogs are now ready in the concession stand.
The new pitcher is Hannah Mounts. I think the discussion has centered around Haley Dishman. Well, not really Dishman. She was kind of a byproduct of. But Hayden Joyner was playing left field before she came into the circle to pitch. Then she leaves the circle. Hannah Mounts comes in. And I'm assuming that they were wanting to put Joyner back out into left field. Apparently, after much discussion, that won't happen. Hannah Dishman is now the left fielder. Two gone, bottom of the fifth. Lily Alpo to the plate. Mounts 37 in the third innings of work. 3-0 during the regular season, 13 appearances. 4 as a starter, a 4.69 ERA. 1 home run allowed, 28 walks, 36 strikeouts, 2 hit batsmen. That's your new pitcher after Hayden Joyner worked 2 innings, faced 13, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 hits, 6 runs. Dropped right in front of Bishop at second. Check that. Yates at second. She'll come in, scoop it up, go to first, get Alpo, and the inning comes to an end. But not before 2 plate on the Haley homer as we head to the 6th.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning for Georgia Highlands, number 9, Abby Hall.
Two-hitter Abby Hall to the plate to lead off the top of the 6th. The Monty Green and Kat Kimball due up 2. In now a 6-run game. Now Georgia Military is here. They are ready to take on the winner. And they will do that in about an hour 9. We'll be moving games up. Doesn't look like we could anyway. This game is pretty much going to use up the roughly 2.5 hour window for the game. Fouled away by Abby Hall. Hall, a couple of singles and got hit by a pitch, 2 for 2 in the game. Big top part of the 6th. Several factors at play as you got the strikeout of Abby Hall. One is you realize you're only 2 runs away from a mercy rule. So if you don't play runs in the top part of the inning, there's always that possibility Gordon picks up 2 and the game doesn't go to the 7th. But then number 2 is if it does go to the 7th, you sure don't want to have to get all of the runs back in that inning. You'd prefer to be able to divvy it up. Played some in the 6th, some in the 7th. Amani Green 0 for 3. And since that 8 RBI game has gone 0 for 6. One offering. Bunted. McDonald gets it. And the throw beats Green to first. Two outs for Cat Kimball. Kimball 2 for 3 in the ball game, a double, a single, 3 RBIs. And a fly out to first. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is just a mere click of the button. Run the cursor over the button, click it, that's it. No forms to fill out. No credit card data to submit. No background check. Flown into left field, and Katie Lamons makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th as we head to the bottom of the inning with 5, 6, and 7 coming up for Gordon.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for Golden State, the catcher, Abby Pavard.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. Abby Pavard will lead it off. Faith Southern and Kaylee McDonald 2 up in the inning 2. There has not been a single upset this tournament. A higher seed has won every ball game. And Gordon trying to make it happen again. Leading it by 6 in the bottom of the 6th. Hammered is ground out twice and single. 1 for 3 in the game. Faith Southern, Kayla McDonald 2 up in the inning. Ground to Green at third, goes to first, gets the out of Havard. And there's one away for Faith Southern. Southern 1 for 2. Ground out to short, singled and walked. Scored twice, drove in a run. Kayla McDonald to the on-deck circle. One-oh pitch to Southern. That is line right at Green, and she's got it for out number 2.
Now to play for the Highlanders, Kaylee McDonald.
Kayla McDonald is homered, single, and homered. Innings 2, 3, and 4. What a stretch. Over the course of 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs. Kara Bishop is on deck. 0-1 Mounds pitch. A little bit outside of the strike zone. Chargers trying to get into the 7th. When Emily Freeman, Caden Warren, and Abby Yates will come to the plate. Winner of this region taking on the Region 10 winner next week in the Carolinas. And the winner of that heads out to Arizona to play in the Nationals. Green bobbles, picks up, goes to first, and I think it's still there. It is. 3 up, 3 down on the top, 3 up, 3 down in the bottom part of inning number 6. Emily Freeman leading off the top of the 7th. The Chargers, the only acceptable outcome in the top of the 7th is at least 6. For Gordon, they can accept anything but 6. But they prefer to not get that close. Freeman 1 for 3 in the game. Has singled, reached on an error, and stepped out of the box. High pitch to Freeman. Caden Warren, Abby Yates. 2 up in the inning, 2. That is caught in center field. Boy, center fielder Lauren Wiltshire nearly misplayed that one, but adjusted. And the adjustment gets the out.
Now batting for the Chargers, number 7, Caden Warren.
Caden Warren next, 1 for 3 as well. Popped out to left and second. Had a single in the 5th. Rolls that one into right field, and that will become a base hit, a 1-out single. Warren on as Abby Yates comes to the plate. And now the teams with that Warren single tied at 12 in the hit department. Abby Yates, 1 for 2. Ground out to third in the 2nd, singled in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Back to the plate here in the 7th. On the year, a .224 hitter. 11 RBIs, 11 walks, 12 strikeouts. Macy Andrews on deck. Popped up on the infield. Coming out of the circle to make the catch is Kaylee McDonald. And Georgia Highlands down to their last out. And it looks like we are going to get a pinch hitter for Macy Andrews. Holly Graydon coming to the plate. Graydon hitting .433, 30 plate appearances, 13 hits, 8 RBIs, a walk and a couple of strikeouts. Strike called to Graydon. Haley Dishman is on deck. Oh, 1 pitch. Popped up behind the plate. Catch made by Havard. And Gordon's into the championship game. Great year for Georgia Highlands. But it ends in the next to the last game before the title matchup. And for Gordon, a great season continues. And they've got plans for 2 more. So the title game at noon. Georgia Military College and Gordon, a rematch of a game played yesterday. In this one, both teams 12 hits. 9 stranded by Georgia Highlands and 6 by Gordon. They both committed error. For Georgia Highlands, 3 runs in the 3rd, a run in the 4th. For Gordon, 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, a 4-run 4th, and a 2-run 5th. And there is your ball game. And there is your championship matchup. Georgia Military and Gordon slated for a noontime start. We will see you then. For all the folks with the GCAA and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.